Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Crypto Takeover here, coming back with another cryptocurrency Bitcoin video for you today. We're going to take a look at two news articles. We got one of them being a little bit of FUD thrown in the market right now, and then the other is going over some altcoins, and we're going to take a look at Bitcoin's price action sitting right underneath $57,000. We're actually flirting with 57,000 as we're speaking right now. We'll take a look at the charts here in a second, but let's go ahead and jump on into these articles and get started with our video, folks. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single video that we make. Share this video with your friends and family too. I'd highly appreciate that. And folks, let's take a look here. We have Barclays CEO, I guess, saying that Bitcoin is increasing cultist and supported by quote-unquote magical thinking, says Barclays wealth investment chief. Okay, so not the CEO, but investment chief of Barclays is saying that Bitcoin is based on magical thinking. This is actually just too hilarious, folks. I mean, what can I say? You already have MasterCard coming onto the scene, and Barclays, they're also a big bank too as well. I don't know what you know, obviously, I think people are still a little skeptical about jumping onto the whole craze right now. But you have one of the oldest New York banks, Melanin, getting into cryptocurrency or accepting cryptocurrencies too as well, adopting it. And then you have MasterCard also wanting to accept and adopt the cryptocurrency phase. So why would Barclays be still bearish on this? And I think that's like also part of the price suppression. That they're probably just in straight up denial. The zeal around Bitcoin is increasingly cultist. According to Will Hobbs, the chief investment officer of Barclays Wealth and Investments, Hobbs also said a raise in interest rates could dent the world's biggest cryptocurrency, yet big name. And a raise in interest rates? We're in negative interest rates. I don't know what they're talking about. What are they? We have to pay. We're not even getting interest rates in. I don't even think my bank is giving me any interest rates to hold money in there. They're actually charging me to hold money inside of the bank. So actually pretty crazy. Yet big names like BlackRock are increasingly interested as Bitcoin continues to rally. Yeah. So you have BlackRock, obviously. I think that Barclays, their investment chief, is just straight up in denial right now. Bitcoin sounds increasingly cultist and could prove to be a fightless bird if interest rates rise, the chief investment officer of a major wealth manager has said. Will Hobbs, the CIO Barclays Wealth and Investments, said his firm is not interested in the world's biggest cryptocurrency at the moment, despite its recent record-breaking rally. He added that he thought the currency was backed by a lot of magical thinking. Bitcoin, so yeah, people magical thinking, but with adoption of the total market cap over $1 trillion. Yeah, let me tell you, that's real magical, but it's actually real money. So I don't know what they're thinking. Okay, Bitcoin soared above 50,000 for the first time last week, top 53,000 on Friday, increasing interest from big firms Tesla and BlackRock. He added fuel to the legitimacy of the rally, yet retail investors remain essential drivers, according to the analysts of JP Morgan. They said in a note last week that they had been relatively institutional flows over the past 5 months. Hobbs said Barclays Wealth Management was steering clear of cryptocurrency mainly because of the wild price swings, a view shared by many money managers. It is multiples more volatile than our most white-knuckled ride asset classes, which is emerging market equities, he told Insider. And yeah, I mean, okay, but that's just part of the crypto game, man. I mean, if you already have Tesla getting in on this, and maybe even Apple that's wanting to get in on this too, folks, then these other companies are going to be left behind, and I think that's really what it is. Not unless they're doing something in the background that we don't know about, and this is just the forefront that they're holding up for media and press to maybe keep the price a little bit lower so that they can accumulate more. In order for an asset to make it into the asset class toolkit, it has to satisfy a couple of things. One, it has to be a positive expect return, obviously, and the other has to have some diversification appeal. And so that's why you buy more cryptocurrencies than just Bitcoin, right? We know about diversification here on this channel, folks. My Patreon members and my private trading group members know what diversification is. We're in about 26 different altcoins right now, and we're in dollar cost averaging into them. They're steadily on the rise each and every single day too as well, folks. So don't forget, if you want to join our private trading group page, you can join us through Patreon, or if you want to join us and pay with crypto, message me on Discord. Now, it may be well over time that Bitcoin satisfies both of those, but at the moment, it's very hard to say. Hobbs did not rule out ever delving into Bitcoin, saying he's on a wait list, sidelines, and watch others. The investment chief said a broader concern in the zeal that Bitcoin inspires. It just sounds like religion. It sounds increasingly cultist, he said. I'm afraid of all the kind of usage ideas that Bitcoin is going to replace all forms of money. That's just wild. Yeah, and if you take a look at the dollar charts and you're telling me that the dollar is not actually decreasing in its value, man, I don't know where they find these guys, folks. And I feel like I'm finding them every single day on this channel. So, it's just absolutely incredible. However, a handful of big firms have warned to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies over the last few weeks. Elon Musk's electric car company Tesla is the most notable, plowing 1.5 billion into Bitcoin in January. BNY Mellon, MasterCard, and BlackRock are among the other firms that have made moves into the sector. Exactly. And so these people are just going to get left behind. Rick Ryder, BlackRock's chief investment officer, told CNBC on Tuesday, I guarantee you, folks, if this chief investment officer does not make a move for Barclays, he's going out the freaking window. And I'm pretty sure that's just straight up. Like, this guy's going out the window. He's probably going to get fired because you're going to have this company literally fall underneath its feet. It's going to fall underneath its feet. If they do not do something to implement this change that is coming for our economic system. People are looking for places that could appreciate under the assumption that inflation moves higher and the debts are building. So we've started to dabble a bit into it. So this was BlackRock said, okay, this is BlackRock and chief officer said this. Mainly analysts have said unprecedented stimulus from governments and central banks, which have boosted nearly all markets, have been the key driver to the Bitcoin rally. Hobbs said he thinks to change this environment of ultra cheap borrowing could damage the cryptocurrency. My hunch is that if real interest rates turn positive, the Bitcoin would suddenly look like it's quite a fightless bird, because if can get a positive yield from lending to the US or UK government, why am I going to own Bitcoin? Yeah, but your yields your yields are pretty much like 0.2% yields. You know what I'm saying? We're yielding with Bitcoin at least 5% yield. We have different apps that we can yield to, different interest rates by storing your Bitcoin. We have DeFi now on the charts. With DeFi yield, you can get up to 20% yield return on your cryptocurrency. I mean, folks, this is just mindless thinking right here. This is literally just mindless thinking. Hobbs said it's too early to tell what the exact nature of Bitcoin is at the moment. It's a primarily store of value backed by a lot of magical thinking and also a big momentum narrative. It shows the narrative power of markets, similar to Reddit's story, he said, referring to the GameStop saga. Yeah, and this is just the start. The GameStop saga was just the start, folks. That's literally just what it is. It was the trigger to start the financial revolution, and to continue it forward. And that goes with Bitcoin, that goes with silver, all the hard assets, folks. So I guarantee you this chief investment advisor is going to be out the window for Barclays if he does not make changes relatively soon, folks. So it's just absolutely incredible that people are still in denial right now. We're Bitcoin's literally about to hit $60,000, folks. I can't even believe I'm saying that right now. I can't even believe I'm saying Bitcoin is literally about to hit $60,000. That is absolutely incredible. I cannot even sustain what this means for everything as a whole. We got into Bitcoin, early 2017 and rode it all the way up and all the way down to $3,500 and still accumulated. I mean, just absolutely incredible, folks. And we're saying, and they think that Bitcoin's going to be a fightless bird after interest rates where you can earn a 0.2% return on your fucking, oh my gosh, on your yield. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on. I feel like I get like this every single time I come across someone that is, in the news articles that are just releasing FUD, or actually they just have no idea. They really just have no idea because they haven't done their own due diligence to study. And you call these people chief investment officers for their big companies, their big Fortune 500 companies. I guarantee you, folks, they're going out the window. If they do not hop on board here sometime soon, they're going out the window, baby. So we're making the moves as they come and go, and we're staying up to date each and every single day on this channel, making sure that we can do our own due diligence and make sure that we are riding the financial revolution as it occurs in time, in real time, each and every single day, 24/7, because crypto does not sleep. And we get a few hours of sleep here and there, but for the most part, we're on this boat, we're on the train, we're riding it, and we're getting ready to touch Mars and probably outer universes too as well. All right, folks, we have altcoins up 5x on hunt for Bitcoin, for next Bitcoin. Yeah, so and obviously this is part of the diversification aspect, folks. You're gonna diversify into these altcoins. Because we know that they're gonna outperform Bitcoin. A lot of these altcoins could 100x, easily. Where Bitcoin, maybe now you'll only get like a 5x return if it goes to $100,000. So as of right now, we're definitely looking at some of our alts. I'm keeping our private trading group members up to date each and every single day with our private alts that we're looking at. We're looking at about 26 different altcoins, and we're trading them in and out. And we're also making sure that we dollar cost average into these alts too as well. And I just released a private video talking about when we should start dollar cost averaging out of the market. We're waiting for a few signs on our charts, and then we can start taking our profits from our hodl positions too as well. So folks, 5x on altcoins as they approach maybe wanting to look for Bitcoin's next move, hunt for the next Bitcoin. And that's kind of what we're doing. Altcoins and alternative cryptocurrency are gaining traction because buyers find them cheaper than Bitcoin, which have been reaching new highs every day. Most of the capital has gone into the top 5 altcoins: Ethereum, Ripple, Binance Coin, Stellar. Binance has just been crazy. Stellar, Tron. These have seen a 4 to 5x growth. Bitcoin is up 2x in the last 30 days in terms of buying volume. According to Nashil Shetty, founder and CEO of Wasric X, besides Bitcoin, many other tokens have grown tremendously in the last one week. BNB has grown over 100%. Swipe has grown over 48%. Dash by 41%. WizardX token. Tron. This is a whole new investors who are not only buying into the crypto narrative, but also cause an explosion in altcoin prices, saying cryptocurrency exchanges. Chief Executive Officer of CoinSwitch said most Indian investors are on the lookout for the next Bitcoin. I feel Bitcoin is already expensive and are betting on altcoins with the hope of similar growth. And hey, man, these Indian investors, I guarantee you, man, they're in on the craze too. They're here to ride the wave. And so, man, you can't listen to a lot of these bigger companies, folks, because they're definitely going to try and keep you out of this market. But this is where the money is being made. This is where the next wave is. This is where the next big trend wave is at. Altcoins refer to all cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin and similar alternatives. The success of Bitcoin at the first peer-to-peer digital currency paved the way for its trend. Many altcoins have tried to leverage on a perceived limitations of Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency exchanges say that Indian market miners, the global one, buyers want to explode alternative coins as much cheaper and have an aggressive growth potential. Yep. Despite Bitcoin crossing 50,000 this month, altcoins have outperformed it. Cryptocurrency exchanges and Indian investors who wanted to get an exposure in crypto have diversified their investments with 60% in Bitcoin, 40% altcoin earlier. Earlier in 2020, most investors' portfolios had about 30% in altcoins and 70% in Bitcoin. And this is what diversification is, folks. So you need to get these Barclays investment managers where they think that they have degrees and they know the best. I actually saw a tweet scrolling through the Instagram feed. Folks, if y'all aren't following us on Instagram, make sure you come over there and follow us. But it was a tweet from Elon Musk saying that you could have a degree and still be the dumbest person on earth. And that's literally what this Barclays investment manager is looking like as of right now. Bitcoin cannot reserve the currency for the crypto world. However, altcoin offers a very different perspective. For example, Ethereum, the most popular altcoin in terms of market cap, builds a decentralized distribution computing network. It offers an alternative to use Google Cloud. This means it offers complete audibility and can only read every line of code. Here, the consumer pays for the interaction in currency called ETH. On the demographic of Indian investors, a female participant has increased this year, 2020, about 87%, where male is about 13% female. Now the female traders have gone up to 15%. Bitcoin at the first few alternatives like Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash eliminated middlemen for processing transactions. However, the middlemen were still needed for contractual obligations. This issue got answered with more advanced alternatives like Ethereum that were capable of executing smart contracts, including decentralized financing. Boom, 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 decentralized, baby. That's how we're doing this. Yeah, there you go, baby. All right, so this guy is worried about diversification when it comes to Bitcoin, and that's exactly why these Indian investors are accumulating altcoins, folks. So maybe they just need to get rid of this guy and hire an Indian investor. Absolutely incredible, folks. All right, I'm diverging here. We're already at 16 minutes. Let's take a look at the charts and get started over there. All right, folks, so we had our price target at about $53,000. We hit that pretty much right on the tiptoe. And so now we're approaching our 2-year EMA right now. We know that once we get past this 2-year EMA, or this 2-year MA moving average here, that basically we have a little bit more of a price movement to the upside. As you can see, I've already drawn out our next price target here. This is based on our logarithmic chart scale too as well. This is where I think that we could be coming up to a close peak in our market cycle at about $70,000 or so. Obviously, we could make our way all the way up to 100K or about 98,000 or 99,000 or $98,000 or so, but I think it's going to take us a little bit more power and struggle to get up to that high. As of right now, we're looking for this next logarithmic growth fib extension here. In between these two price targets. So I'm looking for about $70,000 when it comes to Bitcoin, and we'll have to see what's going to happen from there. We also have a Pi cycle indicator alert set for us inside of our private trading group page. So folks, don't forget, if you want to join us over there, I have alerts set up inside of our Discord page on our private trading group categories. So if you want to pay with crypto, you can join us over there. And folks, don't forget, I also have the 35% off special available. There's 2 spots left for 35% off. So if you want to join us over there, 2 spots left for 35% off special. You can join us through Patreon and use that as a payment processor. Or if you want to pay with crypto, message me on Discord. So this is what we're looking at right now, folks. The daily chart has given us a green dot down here, and so now we're looking to possibly just ride this wave up. Bitcoin right now sitting right at above $57,000, so we finally passed 57,000, putting in newer highs. And yeah, Cipher B is giving us this green dot down here on the daily. So it's looking good. Let's kind of zoom in just a tad bit here. Taking a look at the 6 hour. This was a key time frame I did want to keep a close eye on too as well. You can see that we're kind of pushing past our 21 EMA right here on the orange EMA line. And so as we continue to get further away from that, you can probably expect a retest back down there. We could see a little bit of a rejection here at the 2-year MA moving average. And so if we see that rejection, it's definitely going to be a nice point to buy, because once we pass this 2-year MA, I think we're gonna hit some new higher highs. We're probably going to skyrocket out of here. But if we get a rejection at the 2-year MA, definitely going to be a nice buying opportunity too. Let's take a look at the 2 hour, kind of see where we're holding a little bit more support on the 21 EMA here. This is the 4 hour chart. And let's take a look at the 2 hours, see what's going on over here. 2 hour, and then we'll zoom on into the 90-minute time frame if this thing wants to load. Okay, so 2 hour time frame, you can see that we did get a little bit of movement to below our 21 EMA, but we definitely didn't close below it, so that was nice. So now we could see a retest back down to the 21 EMA on the 2 hour chart. It does look like we are creating somewhat of a stair-step pattern down here with the trigger wave also maybe moving a little bit further down with our momentum waves too as well. So yeah, that's we could see a little bit of a rejection here once we get closer to this 2-year moving average. So it's going to be a nice opportunity to buy, because more than likely we're going to end up shooting past our 2-year moving average into our next price box range, up into that $60,000 area or so. So absolutely incredible, folks. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart here. Bitcoin dominance chart showing us some nice trend lines here on the 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at the 6-hour, see what's going on over here. Bitcoin dominance, still finding some rejection here right below this resistance trend line. And it looks like we are wanting to come back up to retest that. So folks, if we come back up and retest this, we're looking for possibly a break above this resistance trend line here that's been holding us down for a long time. If we are to get that move out from above here, we're looking at Bitcoin probably moving into that $60,000 area or so. And I think that that could possibly happen by next week. You can see here on our 6-hour, our money flows already starting to recover on market Cipher B. So we're starting to see that money flow start to recover on our 6-hour, and more than likely we're going to end up passing through this resistance line and then getting into that $60,000 price range for Bitcoin in the near term future. So I would say maybe even by next week, we could definitely see Bitcoin move into that $60,000 range. It might be a little bit closer towards like mid next week, towards the end of next week. But inevitability is approaching, and Bitcoin possibly ready to touch that $60,000 level moving forward. And folks, what did we do with Ethereum? Oh my gosh, we hit our $2,000 price target with Ethereum. It did briefly touch $2,000 as of yesterday, and right now we're sitting a little bit below $2,000, but you know, more than likely we're going to continue to pump here. Our 6-hour is giving us a red dot on market Cipher B, so we could expect possibly a little bit of sideways movement as of right now. I want to turn off our 2-year moving average. And yeah, it definitely looks like Ethereum's still on its little stair-step pattern up to our $2,100 price target area in our next fib extension level, which I believe is the 1618. Yeah, so the 1618 is our next fib extension, sitting right at about $2,100 or so. But finding a really nice support. Let's take a look at our daily time frame on Ethereum. Yeah, folks, this is definitely headed up to $2,100. And I would say that, you know, we'll probably see that Bitcoin pump first. Or maybe even see ETH, you know, continue to pump. And then once Bitcoin breaks that resistance trend line on the dominance chart, then more than likely we'll see Bitcoin into that $60,000 area here by next week or so. So yeah, folks, keep a close eye on these charts. We're definitely keeping our private trading group up to date each and every single day, 24/7, because the crypto markets don't sleep. And folks, we get a few hours of sleep every night, but for the most part, we are trying to stay up to date each and every single hour. And folks, let's see how our interest rates are doing with the DXY. DXY dollar value. Oh man, yeah, and it does look like we got another clean rejection here. We were trying to get back up above to our 100 EMA on the daily chart, but it looks like our daily candle has started its red Heikin-Ashi pattern back to the downside here. And so, folks, this definitely looks a little bit worrisome for the DXY. Our higher time frames are still showing very bearish scenarios for us to play out. But we'll probably start to get a little Christmas tree patterns here on market Cipher B. These Christmas tree patterns could possibly lead us back to another downside. Money flow is still heavily in the red. This is our 3-day chart, folks. We couldn't quite make it above our 21 EMA on our 3-day chart. So more than likely, we're going to see a clean rejection here back to the downside, and possibly wanting to come back down and make newer, lower lows. So yeah, I look forward to maybe seeing those interest rates come back up like that Barclays guy was saying. Yeah, not happening, folks. Not happening. This is just a start. The GameStop issue, the GameStop thing was just a start, folks. That was just a trigger to catalyze and make this a huge catalyst for the financial markets when it comes to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So folks, make sure you're doing your due diligence out there. Obviously, if you're not a member of our trading group, that's a-okay. Just make sure that you comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you want to check out our affiliate links, if you want to become if you want to pick up the market cipher indicator by CryptoFace 2, there's an affiliate link in the description box below. I'd highly appreciate that. Or you can just leave a thumbs up button, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and share this video with your friends and family. Let them know what's coming down the pipelines when it comes to cryptocurrency and the financial aspects assets and wealth of the future. Yeah, I hope that we did a little bit due diligence on studying. 24 minutes right now. But hopefully I kept y'all entertained, folks. I know I get a little bit carried away, but I'm just very passionate about this market, and love hearing folks make changes in their lives. And so with that being said, folks, I'll see you on the next one. CTO signing out. Peace.